instead of getting halfway through the program. Okay. Before we get started with our speakers, we've got 5 people. I'm not sure if they're all with us this evening. I haven't looked across all the lines, but from Connecticut, Michelle Tarantino has birthday September 15th. Out of Mississippi, Steve Rutland on the 17th. South Carolina, Liz Young on the 25th. And then we have this socially engineered couple here from Washington and Florida, Angie on 9/20 and BJ on 9/20. All right, same birthday.
She's my birthday sister.
There you go. There you
There's a
go.
lot of us on the 20th, I can tell you that.
A lot of us on the 20th.
Let's see okay, Angela Gillette, are you here?
And Jonik, yes, I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay. I'm gonna let you speak second. I'm gonna go ahead and Cheryl France is gonna give us a short pep talk about why we should push the sweepstakes program and get that going. So you'll hang with us for just a minute. Okay, so Cheryl, you want to visit with everybody?
Yes, thank you. Hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm at a neighborhood event. Real quick. I just want to thank all the states that have been promoting and the drawings at your meetings for the $5 for the sweepstakes. I greatly appreciate it. Right now, the committee is well on target to meet goal by the end of the year. And the only reason that is because everyone, states, regions, and our individual members have been making their donation of tickets over to Lori Oakland. If you need extra tickets, we will have them with us in Wichita next week. So please, don't hesitate to come and stop if you need more. I always have them on as we're traveling. And right now, everything had to be in Lori Oakland's hands by September 1st to count for the first quarter. So those totals have already been calculated and everything, and the certificates are being printed right now for Wichita. So I thank you for everybody who has submitted already. If you do have other cash or money on hand, ticket stubs and whatnot, and you're coming to Wichita point, just bring them with you so you can hand them to Lori instead of mailing them. And I think that's about it right now. The big news, and the region MVPs will know about it on Friday, is the region's party theme has been, I guess the whole committee, or the sweepstakes committee, we've gotten it. Becky's working really hard on it, and everything's going to be announced on Friday to the MVPs. So, later in the evening, you can track down your MVP and go, okay, what is it? So big announcements coming on Friday night. And then at the meeting on Saturday. And that's about what I have right now.
Hey, Cheryl, I know the bottom line is get the tickets filled out, get money with them, get them turned in. I mean, that's really the bottom line. But
It is.
I had one president contact me and wanted to know what the customary method is that they received this packet of tickets, and what is the customary method for doing this. So could you kind of explain what you're looking for with the tickets?
Okay, every individual member got 4 tickets in the mail. Those are your personal 4 tickets that you can then purchase. If you want to purchase additional ones, you can just let Lori know and send in more money, and she'll fill out additional tickets for you. The envelopes that were given to all the state presidents at National Convention whether you got them personally or your MVP took them and then gave them to you later. Those are the tickets given to each of the states. And the thought is that the state can run the $5 drawing at your meetings. You can do them at your socials, you can do them at your meetings, and you have all year long to sell them. So anytime you have a meeting, you have a function, you can do the $5 drawing. That's basically going up to your members and they can tell you no. They don't have to participate. I mean, this isn't a mandatory thing. This is definitely volunteer. So you go up to them and say, hey, if you want, you know, you give them the $5, you write down their Senate numbers. Per every $25 you collect, you hand out so many tickets, you know, you can grab so many Senate numbers. So say you know, you have, I don't know, 10 people there and you collect $50, you can hand out 4 tickets right now. And 4 lucky winners will give a sweepstakes ticket to be put into pile. All the sales that we did Thursday night at National Convention went into a drawing that night, and Lori Palo was the big winner for the free registration for Fall Board. And right now at Fall Board in Wichita, we will be doing a drawing out of everyone again who has purchased tickets so far for a free registration for Winter Board in February. But then there will be separate little drawings out of all those that just purchased tickets on Saturday. I have a bottle of nice whiskey and whatnot coming. There's a couple other little things, and then we'll put everybody back in there and everybody will be in for, you know, the big ones that'll be drawn. So we're also doing mini drawings. And then right now our 2 prize chairs, which are Beth Newell and Vanessa Kingsley, they are sending out letters. State presidents, actually any appointed officer will be getting them from Vanessa. Beth has sent her letters out to all those that donated last year. And the incentive right now is to donate an additional prize for the year end, which can come from an individual or from a state. Okay, thank you. The deal is that if you agree to donate a prize of $100, that you will be given 4 free tickets for the year. And as I know states, and I can see Jess right here, Maryland usually puts it in our budget. I think Pennsylvania does it as well. So those 4 tickets will go back to your state, and they are 4 free tickets for you to do however you want to do them. You can have your own incentive as a state president if you want. I mean, they're 4 free tickets, so they're going back to the state president to do. Or if you just want to put like Maryland JCI Senate on them, and if the, you know, some prize is won in the Maryland JCI Senate's name, then you get the prize at the end of the year, and you can decide what you're doing with that prize. It's up to you.
So is that limited to one $100 value gift, or is it 4 for every $100 value gift that a state sends in?
4 for every $100.
Gotcha.
So if you make $200 gifts, you're going to get 8.
All right. And if you could touch on, and I'm not trying to just drag you out, but if you could touch on what's done with sweepstakes money and how important that is to the annual budget.
Right now, everything raised from sweepstakes offsets our budget. The finance committee comes out with a $36,000 goal to keep our overall dues as possible. That's what happens. So the money is going into the full budget, and the full budget covers a variety of different things, mailings and whatnot. You know, everything, our actual dues that we pay, for what I understand, doesn't totally cover all the mentors, I believe. So some of it could go toward that. Some of it could go to officers, reimbursements, various other fees and whatnot that have to be paid. So in order to keep our dues as low as possible, that's what the sweepstakes program. So right now, it's our only fundraiser outside of dues.
So pretty important that each of the states promote this. And do any of you guys have any questions for Cheryl? Anybody need more tickets? Oh, wait, Angie Stanchfield.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't even gotten my first set of tickets yet, so I need to get those from my MVP. But are there any specials being run on tickets, or if you buy 4, you get 2 free or anything like that, or is that not being allowed this year?
I am allowed to do specials, and there might be an announcement coming next weekend as well. Right now it's still 2 for $25, 1 for $25.
Okay. Just wanted to check.
Yep.
I have something.
Okay.
Carrie, go ahead.
So Cheryl, is there something you can send me to my newsletters that I can include in that? That's like a US JCI Senate about sweepstakes?
Definitely. And
Can you tell that to me?
is there any way that you could send me an email asking me? Because I'm at my neighbor's house and I don't have anything with me.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, absolutely.
so I give you my,
What's your email?
it's Cheryl, CHERYL, my last initial F, and then my Senate number, 57391 @gmail.com.
Do you want me to grab tiles for you, or do you want to skip the hand?
No, just grab tiles and, yeah,
Thank you. I'll send you an email.
okay,
Thanks.
no problem.
Okay, anybody else got any questions? And I may not be able to see your hands, so if you do, just chime out right now. I mean, it's okay. Well, Cheryl, I know you've got go ahead.
I'm also hoping to stop into your pie meeting really quick when we are in Wichita. Okay,
Bring tickets.
okay, and I always have tickets on me. So, if you need extra 10, another 20, whatever. Because we're only in September and this actually goes till the end of June, so.
I'm typing her email address into the chat there, so if anybody needs it.
Thank you, because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, I know you had other personal things going on this evening. We really appreciate you pulling out and coming to our meeting and visiting with state presidents, and we really appreciate the work that you guys do, and especially you, Cheryl. And so thank you for coming out here this evening.
No problem. Okay, have a good
All righty.
meeting. See a lot of you in Wichita next week.
Okay.
Thanks,
Okay.
Cheryl. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Bye.
I
Angie, I had Cheryl on first because I knew that there was a limited amount of information, and I got a feeling these guys are going to have a lot of questions for you. And
No.
and you are also welcome to stop by the meeting in Wichita. But Angie Gillette, Senator number 60570, and she is the Mentor's chief editor. So we are not worthy. We are not worthy. Anyway,
No, I'm not worthy because you all get the articles in there, so that's what makes the issues. Thanks for everybody to being on this call. This is great. Thank you for inviting me, Pat. Also, I have to give kudos to Angie from Washington for being the first article in, I believe, for the Christmas issue.
Only because I'm going to be in Mexico when they're due. I just didn't
Yeah.
want to miss it.
No, that's good. That's good. I have the deadline. Deadline's the 24th of the month, so it's about a week after the convention. So, and then also I want to say thank you to Michelle from Connecticut for the nice card I just got today about the postcard about the issue. So glad you all are enjoying them. And the biggest things, of course, is the deadline to be on time. That is one of the big goals for this year. And also have an article in. I lost my train of thought. And then the big thing for the Christmas issue, if we get everything in on time, well, the goal is to have it to Newton before Thanksgiving so that it hopefully will be out like that first week in December. So it usually takes about 7 to 10 days with him to get it processed and printed and everything. The big thing for the issue is Christmas ads. And if you look in your last mentors that you had, I hope everybody received one, either electronically or in the mail. The pages 50 and 51, there's the articles from the mentors team, Mary, Tanis, and Jackie. Jackie is the business program manager. She has her address in there to send monies to her for the sponsorship sheets, plus the ads. On the bottom of the page 51 is the costs for all the business, the ads for the issue, or your sponsorships is basically what they're calling them instead of ads. We have some certain sizes based upon like the columns in an issue. So, you see most of the pages are 4 columns, so that's kind of the basis of it. And then, if it's a half page or a quarter page or how it works. There is also on the USJCI Senate website under the resources library, in the library reports and forms. Jackie has some 5 documents in there, some information. And then farther down, there's a mentor's PDF that you can just view of information on what to put in articles. This issue concentrate on December, January, February, March, the first 3-4 months of the new year, because our next issue won't be coming out until May. So if you want people to come out to your activities, hopefully everybody's got their plan of action of what they're going to be doing for the next, from December to April or so, to have that in your article. We want future information. You can always say, maybe a paragraph on what you did in the past, but people want to know what's upcoming. So if somebody's in the neighborhood, they can stop by and visit with you. Other than that, the 24th is the deadline again. And I guess who's got questions or comments or anything?
The next deadline after that is what?
That's a doggone good question. Angie does not have, let me see here. It will be, go to the phone. November, come on. Does the calendar not want to work when it's supposed to? I believe it's in March. No, wait. Wait, let me look at the,
March 7th.
yeah, March 7th, is it?
It is.
Let me look at the issue here. Yeah, March 7th. Also, just a FYI, the August issue for next year, the date will change because that's actually right in the middle of the convention. I didn't realize that the convention was the last week in June, so that'll be announced at a later time when we figure out the date there. So, but yeah, March 7th will be the final one for your guys this year. Yes, Laura.
BJ's had her hand up for a while here. Go ahead,
who
BJ.
does? Oh, I'm sorry, BJ. Go ahead.
Yes, can we use the same ads that we used last year? Will that be possible?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I sent all the ads to Jackie and I think she's going to be sending out emails with them. If you want anything changed there. Majority of them, I did them up as publisher files and then I convert them to picture files. So they're easier to work with in design programs. So it's like multitude of programs to work between. So, but yeah, we can just change the dates or change people's names or whatever on them too. So,
Super.
yeah. Lori, I saw your hand was up.
Yeah, so I have a old AOL account and I don't get mentors or eBlast news anymore. So I switched to Gmail and I signed up on the website under mentors to get it electronically with my Gmail account, but I'm still not getting it. Who should I contact for that?
I would contact Lowell first to start with.
Okay.
Lowell or Allison, because they should be able to see what's going on with why it's not getting to you. When did you sign up for the mentors? To change your Gmail?
Late July, early August.
Oh yeah, so this last issue you probably should have gotten by email. Yeah, I would check with them. They can see what database that they have with all of them, and them. They would be the first to go to, and then Gary Pittenger kind of is the one that promotes it to have the electronic version of it. So
Yeah, I've had the electronic for years. I had it on my AOL and last year I stopped getting it though, so.
Oh, okay. There must be, I know they were having some issues with AOL with the e-news the last time Marcia was talking about it. So I don't know the inner workings that much of how all those work.
Sure, yeah, I did switch it and I've been getting those, so I'll check with
Okay.
them. Thank you.
Sure, yeah, no problem. Anybody else? I don't have
Carrie?
Carrie, okay.
What if you're not receiving the Mentors magazine by mail or email, but I am receiving the Pie Man stuff, but
Oh.
not the Mentors?
Are you on the roster?
I sure hope so.
I hope so too. That's my first, I guess, question would be. Then the next would be, is your address correct? That gets, because if we Gary Pittenger is who would you want to talk to, who gets the membership dues and everything? He just would have received that in your MVP. Have
I
that,
have gotten emails from Gary.
yeah, probably email him and just have him double check what address they have for you. Otherwise, yeah, because he sends all the addresses to Newton and then Newton does his mail merge when he's printing. And they would get on there. So, yeah, that'd be the only reason I would think that you wouldn't be getting it. And then
Okay,
product wise, you can like Lori did, she went to the website and there's a spot there to get in for the electronic version of it.
I have done that already.
Okay, great. But then
Um,
when did you do yours? Just recently too?
About a month and a half ago.
Yeah, probably just would have missed this last issue then, I suppose. Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yeah, sure thing.
Any other questions about mentors? Yes, Angie Canfield.
Angie, what is the word limit for the next article? Is it still 250?
Yeah, about that. Let me see, what did we have? Kind of keeping it the same as we have before. I know the Christmas issues usually gonna be a little bit more articles than that, but we only did 52 pages this last issue, so we're about 4 pages short than we usually are. So we actually get extra money. So if we do have more pages, it goes in increments of 8 usually, so.
Right.
President, yeah, well, we have 350 to 400, so,
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I've been cutting down my size. All right, never mind.
okay. But yeah, this Christmas one, I mean, with more promotion of more activities for, the next 5 months, that gets to be, the 350 mark probably for sure for most of you. I know some of you can write forever.
Very verbose.
Very much so. Anybody else?
I know last year they contacted me and said, can we shave some of this off of there? I said, sure. Was that- Any other questions? It's okay to ask. Bob, I keep seeing your hands. Oh, never mind.
I'm flipping between.
I was just
the
cracking
screens.
my knuckles, Pat.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Does Liz have her hand up?
Liz. Go ahead if you do. Can't find her on here.
Everybody's so polite. Last year, everybody just kind of jumped in, so,
No.
okay.
Any questions, just send them to the mentors at usjcisenate.org and try to get the answer to them. I gotta catch up on emails right now. So the lull between the issues, I don't watch my emails too bad much until a few weeks before, so. Guessing it's time to start looking again.
All righty. If there's no more questions, I'm gonna let Angie go ahead and call it an evening.
All right, well, thank you all for having me on there, and we'll see you all in Wichita. Those that are making it.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All righty. At this time, I'd like to recognize that in our midst here, we have our Administrative Vice President, Susan Hatcher, Senator number 58143. Are you just visiting, or did you have a few words of encouragement for the crew?
Well, I just wanted to once again tell everybody that they're doing a great job so far this year, and make sure that you know that you can call, myself or Mike anytime if you have questions or comments about the programs and such. Things are going really well this year. I've seen so many of you all traveling and having meetings, and I know it's difficult with the pandemic still going on, but I think the Senate is one of the few organizations that continue to socialize and such. And that's so important because that's really what we're all about when you look at the mission of our organization. Just Pat invited me, so I thought I'd dial in and say hello. And I hope to see so very many of you next week at the meeting, and just kind of a shout out to make sure you're spending some time in the hospitality room and enjoying yourself and meeting new people and taking time to meet the first timers so that they feel welcome. So thank you very much.
Susan, I got a question.
Okay.
Do you know if the printed directories will be at Wichita?
They will be. Be sure to let Newton know if you want one, though. Relatively quickly, I think the date was Wednesday of this week. That seems to be a common due date this time around. But yeah, so if you want one, you need to let him know.
Yeah, I really want to encourage all you presidents to get a hard copy. It is a source of information. You're in a meeting, one of your Senate meetings, or at one of the national meetings, and you need to look something up quickly. You need to get a date for the next convention or the following convention, and or you just need contact information for somebody. And I found it super valuable to have a copy. And I know that my admin VP, I bought him a copy last year to make sure he had a copy. And I'm going to type in Newt's email address in the chat. And Susan's absolutely correct. You've got to let Newt know in advance how many copies that you're going to want, because he will bring a limited number because he's got so much stuff to carry back and forth.
And
so,
they are just a minimal, like $5 a piece. They aren't very expensive.
right. So
while you're doing that, I see a question for me from John from Oregon about, do I know if Mike will make it to Oregon's in Region 9's annual meeting in April? So John, I do know it's on his calendar. Of course, Kate Patterson, his chief of staff, and he decide what he's going to go to. But with it being a 60th anniversary, there's probably a good chance that he'll be out there. I also will share with you that I actually have a reservation for the hotel room. So I plan to be out there, and I'm sure there'll be other officers and guests out there. So I think there's a good chance President Mike will be there, but things can change at the last minute for him too. So
I absolutely understand, and thank you very much. And that gives me an opening. If anyone from Region 9 or their senators or anyone from across the country want to come, get me an email and I will get you the information to book your room now. We do have a block of rooms. And if we're going to fill up, I probably still have time to get some more rooms. So if you know anybody that wants to come, that needs the information, just get it to me. I'll put my email in the chat room.
Okay. And Angie Stanchfield, yes, you can print the copy off of the PDF that they sent out with the final on that. Now, I don't know, did you get the, I know that Mike sent out some emails with some corrections.
I did not see those.
You did not?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so what you may want to do is contact Bruce and see if there's an updated PDF copy with those changes that Mike had. I'm sure that those changes will be in Newt's hard copies.
Depends on when we went to print, but possibly.
Yeah, okay.
So I also will share with you just the fact, that it will normally be updated coming up in November. We try to kind of update it at least quarterly. So there definitely will be an update electronically coming out in November.
Okay. Does anybody else? Hey, Bob, go ahead.
Sorry, my mute wasn't working. No, I've lost my question. So if we have ads or changes, we just do them through the website and somebody picks them up?
Right, that goes to Bruce automatically.
Okay, thank you.
Secretary Bruce, yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, moving right along, something I want to touch base with you guys about. I had a long conversation with President Mike last night, and he indicated that we possibly may not want to have a January PI meeting, since we're having, because the January PI meeting would be on, let's see, I wrote it down here somewhere. Well, we've got the January meeting in Melbourne, Florida, on January 20th through the 23rd. And he's concerned that we are overdoing it by meeting on the first Tuesday before the Melbourne, Florida meeting. I don't mind hosting it. I don't mind getting you guys together, letting y'all visit and stuff and everything, and share your information, ask questions and stuff, but it's really up to you guys. And so I told him I would poll you guys and find out what your feelings are on that. Now, I know there's going to be a mixture. There's going to be some people that don't care, and some people, yes, and then other people say they don't see a reason for it and everything, but anybody want to chime out?
I would say the February meeting would be the one that we wouldn't need, because it would be right after.
Okay.
That makes sense to me.
Okay. Lynn?
Based off of your conversation that we had earlier tonight before the meeting started, you had indicated that President Mike does not want you to do Zoom meetings at conventions. Is that correct?
He has asked, he hasn't asked, he has told me not to run Zoom meetings out of conventions.
So then I feel like it would be important to have both the January and the February meeting, because if you can't attend the convention, then you're missing out on all that information.
Okay.
You know, and it's unfortunate that we just can't make it to everything.
I understand. Susan, I think what Lynn is talking about is that her state pays for her to go. Is that correct? Is that what you were saying earlier?
Oh, I didn't say that earlier, but
I'm sorry, what?
yeah. My
But that-
state pays for me to go, but I wasn't the one that told you that.
Oh, gotcha. But that she's just not going to be able to be there. Yes.
Pat,
Go ahead.
it's Liz from South Carolina. South Carolina pays for me to go, and I can't go to Wichita because of a medical procedure. So,
Yeah.
so because of that, I'm not going to know what's going on at that meeting. I think for folks who want to participate, I think they should be given every opportunity. You know, activating folks to be involved means more, not less, in my opinion.
I genuinely understand. I will be happy to go to Mike and have a talk with him. Ron, go ahead.
I'm in favor of Zoom meetings for anybody that is unable for family or medical or other procedures that can't attend a meeting. I can't go to Wichita. I am going to Melbourne, but I would like to see Zoom meetings at both.
Okay. Let me make something perfectly clear with everybody. I'm not trying to paint Mike as a bad guy. his reasoning behind this is that he wants, and we all understand there are medical conditions, and also we're still dealing with COVID, and there's things that happen that you can't travel. Mike's reasoning in this is that he wants people coming to the conventions, and I understand that. And I think all of you who, if you're running your conventions, you know you want people at your conventions. And when you're JC, and maybe even you were state president of your JCs, and you knew that, by gosh, you wanted people at your conventions because bodies make it happen. And so I'm not trying to make Mike the bad guy in this thing, but I've kind of put my foot down with him that I want to have a Zoom meeting every month. And I know that last year he was inundated personally with 4 to 7 Zoom meetings a week, and he's concerned that you guys are going to get burned out. And I've told Mike that I've told you guys that I understand if you check in and check out, or if you decide not to attend, it has absolutely no bearing on the way the national organization looks at you as a president, period. Okay. And so that is absolutely no problem whatsoever. We'd love for you to come to the meetings. We like your smiling face, Bob. Okay. He's up there smiling right now. But we like your smiling face here, and we want you to be able to interact with each other and everything. But there is absolutely no recourse or lashing out at anybody for not coming to the meetings. And so that in my opinion, we have them every month. If you want to come, it's there. If not, it's okay. And for those of you that put your mute on and have your TV set going, and I can see it in your glasses, okay? I understand, okay? I understand. But so I will visit with Susan and Mike about solution to the problem of doing either recording the meeting and putting a video out there for you to download, or getting a login link to be able to Zoom into it. I don't know if they're going to have the proper internet service to be able to do that in the meeting room that we're going to have, but we'll go from that. Ron, you got a question?
I'm just going to say, if you record it, that's even better than the actual Zoom meeting, because of the time issue for those that work for a living still. And perhaps the reason you can't go to Wichita is because you are working. But a recording, when you can do it at night, would be a terrific alternative.
Right. That way you can see it whenever you need to. And the only thing is, we just don't see your smiling faces looking back at us. So that's one half dozen the other. We have to work with what we got.
Mine's the least of your problem.
Brad from Kentucky. I agree with the recording, and then put it out there on the library status for people to go to if they want to see it. And that way you won't have to worry about your signal in the room, and it'd be available for anybody that couldn't make the meeting, or somebody might want to listen to the information after they attend Wichita, to pick some additional details up on it later.
Right. But like I said, yeah, go ahead, Mooch.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Muted. I don't have the wife here to show me how to do this. But yeah, just to see everybody, that's so great, you know, and some people can't go to all. We're looking forward to going to Wichita, seeing Derek and everybody from there, but just to communicate every month. I think it's keep on doing this. It's great. And I was late getting on here tonight because I was out and get donations for our fall thing I cover first, but it was getting bottles of booze from different bars, and but I think it's a good idea to every month.
Well, we've kind of beat that horse to death, and I think that it kind of sounds like we need to go ahead and have meetings each month.
Great idea.
And what I've told President Mike is, I said, if some of the people aren't happy, then I think there's a whole lot more people that are happy, and we don't need to throw the happy people out just to make the handful of people happy on that. And the thing is that if you're not happy with it, don't log in. I mean, you know, or mute it and watch TV, you know, whatever. But anywho, so I'll get with Susan and Mike, and we'll see what we can figure out. Try to make everybody happy on this, because my first position here is to get information to you guys, okay, and to allow you guys to share information. I like Mike, and I am devoted to doing a good job for Mike and Susan, but my job is to take care of you guys. And so I'm going to do my best to do what I can to make sure you guys get the information. Again, I understand both sides of the situation here. Hey, Derek, you got a minute to give us an update on Wichita and what's coming up and what we got to look forward to and how they ought all to be there? And
oh, just for you, Pat. We are
Cheers, big boy.
ready to roll. We are looking forward to all of you coming and being our guests. Anything and everything you want to do, we have available. If you want to wear masks, you're more than welcome. As of right now, Wichita and the county do not have any COVID protocol. The hotel staff, because of corporate rules, will be in masks. They have hand sanitizer all throughout the building. We'll also have some out in hospitality tent, but we're just looking forward to everybody coming and having a great time.
Cool. All righty. So did you fill up on your the theater tickets?
We have the whole theater to ourselves. That is their opening night, and it holds about 325, and right now we're at about 270.
Gotcha.
So
there's
if
some
anybody
tickets
would
left.
like to go to that, it's a heck of an experience.
All right, cool. Bob, yeah.
Do we have to do anything special for the hotel shuttle when we get to the airport, or just call them when we land?
Just call them when you land. They know we have senators coming in Tuesday on, and they are standing by just waiting.
Okay, and next question, my flight leaves at 6 o'clock Sunday morning. Do they run it that early?
Ooh.
I believe they run 24/7.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
can
Bob, I
check
called and asked because I leave at 6 a.m. as well, and I warned them that there may be a lot of us that were leaving that early.
Yeah, I
so-
called and they said to let them know when I check in, because my flight leaves at 6 a.m. too.
We're probably on the same flight to Atlanta.
Right.
And I was about to offer myself up to give rides, but my car can't fit all of you.
Nor will you get up at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh,
Well, it's gonna be earlier than that if the thing takes off at 6.
Now, half
One
you guys
nice
don't do
thing about
hospitality till 6 a.m. in the morning, so I don't know.
Well,
how
I've
you
done
guys-
that before.
We
I'm not a
ain't
JC
finishing
anymore.
late.
I'm old.
One nice thing about the hotel we're at, 5% of our room is for pilots. So they're used to picking these guys up 24/7 around the clock. So they're used to doing this shuttle 24/7. And they said they would take care of us no matter what we needed.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, Derek, do you still have tickets available for like Thursday night for people that come in that haven't reserved any?
Yes, right now we're keeping everything open. Anybody that wants to sign up, i.e. today through the event, get with myself, Rob Wiley, our chairman, or one of the members of the board. As long as we haven't filled our buses up and, you know, got one person for another bus, we're hauling anybody anywhere they want to go.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Derek?
Yes.
This is Jeff.
I just want to make sure that we'll be able to rent clubs for the golf course on Thursday or Friday and or both. I'd heard yes we could, and I heard no we can't. And I was just trying to find get an answer before I had clubs moved, shipped out there, that type thing. It would make it a lot easier if I could.
Okay. Give me a second. I will check with our 2 Wichita guys real quick and get back to you on that.
That'd be great.
Any other questions?
What's the weather typically like this time of year in Kansas or in Wichita?
Well, I'm in Manhattan, so I'm 2 hours north of Wichita. It was 91 today. This evening is 55. And the further in another week, we're probably going to see high 80s during the day. But right now it is 81. So, I mean, it's still warm weather, but it's not outright hot. It's not as humid. Right now it's 76, so it's not bad. It's summery during the day, but then evenings turn into more of a fall, cool jacket type weather.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Any more questions for Derek? All right, looks like we're gonna have a big time in Wichita. And if any of you guys that haven't made up your mind yet, feel like you can pull it off, we'd love to see you there. Getting together is all part of it. And so now our winter board meeting in Melbourne will be January 20th through the 23rd. And our next PI meeting will be October 5th. And hello? Oh, I thought somebody said something. So, any of you guys want to talk about any projects or things that you got going, or have any questions about any problems, or?
Pat, I wanted to mention, this has been a really, really, really hard week for us. Or actually, it's been, the first quarter was very hard for us. We lost 13 senators in Florida to death.
Wow.
Yes. It was 7 of them were dropped in the first quarter. And that's a tough way to start the year. This past weekend, my husband, myself, and another one of our senators attended 3 celebration of life services in different parts of Florida. And I just want to say it was very, very hard this weekend. But I just want to remind everybody to remember all of your senators, whether they're paying senators or not paying senators. They're still senators, and keep them close to your heart, because this has been a tough quarter in Florida, and I don't wish this on anyone else. It has, but I just wanted to share this with y'all, that please keep everyone in your prayers, especially when they find out that they have COVID. 2 of the 3 services that I went to this weekend were COVID related, and one was a kidney dialysis situation. But just keep everybody in your prayers all the time, because it's really, really tough when you lose this many senators all in one quarter.
I tell you, go to our meetings here in Texas, and I look around, and we've got a pretty high age group here, and I know that it's going to hit, and I'm just so afraid that it's going to be like that, just one after another after another. I mean, it may sound strange, but you got to love on these guys while they're here.
That's exactly right.
what I've thought about doing is setting up whether if it's an iPhone or a camera or whatever, but setting up a little station at our conventions where we get some of our senators that, that we're so afraid are close to passing, and sit them down and just start asking them questions and do a little video archiving, because some of them have some of the most wonderful stories. And of course, at the JC projects, every one of them has saved the day or ran the biggest project, or raised the most money, or, recruited the most members or whatever. Okay. But that's okay. Pat Felder, you guys probably all know Pat. Okay. And I'm sitting with him and he's telling me a story. And I said, Pat, you've told me this story twice before this evening. This will be the third time. He leans in, he goes, it's a good story.
Totally see Pat saying that too.
He calls me about twice a week, and it scares me because, he's in and out of the hospital all the time, and he still travels for the Senate, and we just love him to death. But I know there's going to be a ton of history when he passes that we're not going to know, and so love on these guys while you got them.
That's exactly.
We had the same thing happen up here in Washington about 3 years ago. Bob Maisels was kind of our unofficial historian. He was the past national vice president back in, I want to say 2008, 2009, or earlier. And he kept all of the records. He had everything written down, handwritten. He carried index cards in his pocket to keep track of things. And when he died, his family, we didn't get there in time. They threw everything out. So we have lost a lot of our historical records. Some of it I have. Thankfully, he wasn't the only one keeping the roster. So I at least had that. But it's just really hard. Just really hard.
Well, I have to tell you one good thing that did come out of this past weekend. One of the senators that had passed down in Royal Palm Beach, his wife, as soon as she saw me, she says, I have something for you. And she went out to her car and brought back this very dirty old box that had the chapter banner in it from when he was president of the Royal Palm Beach JCs, and a Creed banner that he had for years. And these, we had our picture made with her and holding up the banners, and these are going to go into our Florida archives. And that was something good that came out of this. He had saved this all these years, and so now we have these two banners to keep.
Anybody else?
I would like to say, the second quarter Tennessee JC board meeting was held at Camp Discovery in August. And we had a small turnout. We probably had 10, 15 senators and maybe 13, 15 JCs, very small. But it was one of the most rewarding weekends together with the JCs. We played games with them. They had a Survivor theme, like the television show. There was games that we played. A lot of senators got out there and playing games they probably shouldn't have because of their age or their abilities, but we did. We had a great time. Nobody got hurt. Everybody got on. We went home Sunday. Jess from Maryland showed up, and it was great to see her. And we had a great time. I think we had probably 35 people total, off and on the entire weekend, but we had our first Tennessee Senate meeting. It was just a great time had by all, but I had several senators come up to me that are not even active on the national level, and said, who played the games with the JCs, and said, this is the most fun I've had in years. And they've been senators probably 20 years. So it's just a great thing that it was good to see. I don't know if anything will go, come from it, but we had a great time, and I wish everybody could have been there. And also Camp Discovery, the Senate and the Tennessee JCs and Volunteer Corps, all the other affiliates, will be hosting the U.S. JC Presidents the 1st of December of this year at Camp Discovery. Something that we try to do annually. Last year, kind of put threw a monkey wrench into that one, but this year the contract signed, and we may have about 35 presidents coming. Some will come by air, some will be driving in, but we're hoping to have a large group for training, and hopefully a great time will be had by all.
Now, Jeff, I think I saw the pictures of the Camp Discovery thing. It's got the lake out there and that looks like a beautiful place.
It's 167 acres that the Tennessee JCs own and operate. It's a camp for 8 weeks in the summer for mentally and physically handicapped children and adults.
Fantastic.
And we work year round just to keep it in operation, so it'll be ready for those that want to attend the next year. And if anybody's in the neighborhood, please contact me. I'd love to show it to you.
Peter, I saw where you had to change your schedule a little bit. That one of your functions had to be canceled, and
yeah, what happened? Maine is a pretty big state, and so up north we call it the county, and I have probably 15, 20 senators, quite a few 4-digit senators up there. Minimum age of the Maine JCI Senate is 80 up. And what happened when I posted something before getting everyone fired up, going up, we had probably 18 people committed to going. The senators up in Eagle Lake, Fort Kent, actually past president of the Maine JCI Senate, Karen Ouellette, she's an RN. She got COVID-19 just recently. She's getting ready to go back to work. And when she shared that with me, it just created a major red flag, because I know everyone, right now we're having spikes in Maine and different areas in the county. We're having a major spike. And
Never
so
mind.
I canceled. I
It's
didn't
asking me, always use this place.
Yeah, but it was, safety of the Maine senators, for all senators, is the #1 concern for me. So I really didn't want to pull the plug, but I did. We're going to start ramping up the Zoom for the different committees and stuff. I know it's not the same, but my wife's a nurse. She's a school nurse, and I can't put it in words when she goes to school, because of the kids, the teachers, the parents, the families. It's just, I still can't wrap my head around this COVID-19. I really can't. And I can't come up with the right words. So she's doing the best she can there. But my #1 concern is the safety of my senators. I will say, shifting gears on, we had a great first quarter. We had 10 new activations. We renewed 30 of 33, so we only finished +7. But the thing for Maine is we're such a small state. I roughly have 200 senators, and that's it. So essentially, I'm running out of senators to approach. But I will share, I believe every state needs to grow. I want the U.S. JCI Senate to grow. I know Florida had a tough quarter. Reached out to Dawn Stevenson Sutherland, reached out to me, and I shared with her 5 Maine senators, and I tried to get them. They're living in Florida, trying to obviously keep everyone within our flock. That's probably the wrong terminology, but I couldn't. So I sent all the information I had for them to her, and hopefully hopefully they'll, at some point maybe join the Florida. And I'm looking to do that for any Maine senators living whatever states. I know G. Washington, I know Joe Hesketh. He was the first president of the Maine JCI Senate. I believe he's has dual membership.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking to do whatever I can to help everyone out. I will say for the state presidents, you need to pick up the phone or email or whatever, and got to realize out of my 200 senators, I probably only knew 30 when I became president a year ago, and I'm getting a pretty good handle on everyone. But I think Maine, growth-wise, we're just running out of bodies, and that's probably the wrong terminology. But whatever bodies we have in other states, if I can't get them to activate or share, or however you want to call it, I'm going to do whatever I can to get them to join that state they're living in. So just letting you know. But so that's my quick update.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. I see through the stuff that you're sending out that you guys are staying real active and got a lot going on there. It's 9 o'clock. I'm getting ready to wrap it up. One of the things that I wanted to do was talk about real quick that your job as state president is kind of like a wagon wheel, okay? And each of the spokes bear a portion of the weight. In JC's, 85 to 90% of the weight was on membership. And Peter, I'm not picking on you. I mean, we were hard on membership last year too. Okay. I mean, and so were several other states. So I'm not picking on anybody, but one of the things that I wanted to point out is that there's an equal amount of weight in judging a state at the end of the year. There, had to mute him. And so it's spread out by getting senators to travel, okay, whether it be to your meetings or to JC meetings or to the Senate national meetings, okay. It is having social programs for your senators to keep them involved and interested and active, okay. It's your interaction with the JCs if you have JC chapters. And I've talked with many of the people at executive level, and they understand about states that don't have JC chapters. And it's not generally held against you at the end of the year, okay? Membership, retention, bringing in senators that for some reason or another have dropped, adding new senators, new blood, working with your JC chapters to get the new guys in, or recognizing people that should have been senators a long time ago. A lot of the states have programs for bringing those guys in. It is a well-rounded program. And if you are heavy on one spoke of the wheel, it's not going to get you there at the end of the year. It's not going to get you there with the success that you need to have with your Senate. And if you are looking to be submitted for end of the year awards, it's not going to get you there either. You're going to need to have a full, well-balanced picture of activation in all these areas. So I know that we had a Senate president here in Texas a little while back that thought that membership was the only thing. He didn't travel, didn't do anything else. He grew like crazy. And at the end of the year, he was surprised that he was not one of the 5 that got called up to the front. And he was just shocked. And but the end of the year recognition awards are there basically to help you have a goal at the end of the trail there. But I'm going to tell you, it's like I wrote in one of my articles, it is like a stinking roller coaster that there are great times and there are times that you just want to kill everybody. Okay. You've got people that you just want to wring their neck. Okay. You got times that you want to fall over exhausted because of all the things that's been going on. But it's like a roller coaster. And the ride is worth the ticket of admission. Okay. At the end of the year, you're going to look back and say, it was all worth it. And so I want to encourage all you guys to do your best and ask questions. Feel free to email me if you have something, if you're concerned about bringing something up here in front of the group or anything. Of course, this is a control group. I mean, we're all presidents. We've all been there. And a lot of times different people have had the problem that you may be having right now and can give you some suggestions. But if you want to email me and go one-on-one, we can visit about stuff and we'll definitely keep it confidential. But does anybody have any questions before we wrap it up at the end of the evening, or any other remarks? Mooch, you're muted.
Okay, I just want to say we're looking forward to going to Wichita, but tonight I was making some rounds and stuff in our town, a little bit New London. We're looking forward. 7,500 people here. We don't have JCs here anymore, but for 70 years we did, and the people in town are so looking forward to seeing a bunch of senators come to New London. And it felt so great tonight talking to some of these people that were coming here. So we're looking forward to going to Wichita, and we're looking forward to Region 6 people coming to New London, and we can, we can talk about memories, and memories are the most important thing for some of the JCs, senators we've lost, but we're so happy to have been friends with them,
All right, guys, I can leave this up for a while and let y'all visit. We're officially done. I'm going to stop the recording so you can call somebody a name if you want to.